You're welcome. It's good morning. And the season we are in, it's the season of Christmas. Today happens to be the 10th day, and Christmas is 15 days away from today. And in the studio this morning, we have the pleasure of welcoming the Anambra State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Tochukwu Ikenga, to speak on the topic that says safety and security this Yuletide. And we'd like to welcome you in a special way, Ikenga, to the studio. And this is my first time actually of staying with you or interviewing you on air.
Yes, but
all right.
Not my first time of coming.
I know.
Yes.
All right. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me, and thank you to our good listeners. You are all welcome. This season is actually a season for all of us.
All right. SP Tochukwu Ikenga will be speaking on ensuring safety and security this Yuletide. And let me begin by asking, we must congratulate the police so far what you've been doing in the state. But tell us, how this Christmas is going to be in Anambra security-wise.
Thank you very much, and thank you for that. First of all, let me commend ABS for always using their platform to reach out to not only members of the public, but Anambrians on the issues that concern security. This is a good way to enlighten them and let them know what is expected of them, because security is everyone's business, as the popular saying that comes. The police, as the lead agency, is actually doing a lot to make sure that Anambra is safe, and the safety that we have is very, very much improved. If you look at where we are before and where we are now, you see that the police and other security agencies are actually doing a lot. But before I start with what is expected of not only the police, but residents of Anambra, I must tell you that, let me start with what I'm wearing. When you see any policeman with this kind of clothes, it shows that the policeman is in operational mood. Okay. From 1st of this month, that's December, the Commissioner of Police we have, which is a very conscious and security enlightened Commissioner of Police, made it mandatory that all the officers in Anambra State Police Command should be on this. This has always psychologically make us to be very, very much alert in what we are doing.
So that means all your uniform has, it connotes something?
Yes,
okay.
Connotes something.
Right.
When you see me on blue, it's more like administrative.
Okay.
Our blue and black uniform. Then the black and black is also administrative, but you can also dice with it with operational and administrative because it's black and black. But this is purely operational. So Anambra State Police Command is in operational mood now. And if you watch from the past few weeks, the successes we have recorded come with arrest of a 18-year-old boy with AK-47. Where we got information that they plan to attack Nibo. Recall that an incident happened in Nibo. Yes, so and we have been monitoring what is going on there. We got this information and we were able to nip this, arrest this 18-year-old boy, in as much as some of his gang members ran away. But the good thing there is that we were able to take out that AK-47 and the magazine that, from them. So these are things that Anambra State Police Command has done recently. But in ensuring safety, there must be a kind of acceptance from the members of the public. You can't impose protection of life and property on people. There must be general acceptance. There must be willingness for them to trust you. There must be confidence. There must be trust for them to believe that police, not only police, other security agencies can actually do it. The Commissioner of Police recently have embarked on as the lead agency in internal security, we have embarked on advocacy visits. If you have been following the trend of what we are doing, you understand that we are currently visiting all the local governments in Anambra. And each of the local government we visit, we try to talk to them because it involves all the stakeholders, where will be the traditional rulers, the President General, the President General, youth leaders, as the case may be. As many as they attend these programs or security summits that we hold in each of these local governments. And we have visited a lot of local governments. I know by today we are visiting Oka North. And why we are doing this is to make sure that, because we observe that there is a little gap between us and members of the public, and we don't want to sit in the office to wait for them to come. That's why we need to reach out to them. We need to meet them wherever they are. We need to gather them in a place that is very, very conducive for them. We need to make sure that they have the administrative, we meet them in administrative phase of their area, which is the local government. And remember that local government is more like the third tier of government, where everybody is involved. So that's why we are visiting them. So apart from this advocacy, we have also just recently issued some what I call a security advisory from the desk of the Commissioner of Police in the person of CP Nnage Obono Itam. For record purposes, he is the 34th Commissioner of Police. And what is unique about
Anambra State?
Yes. And what is unique about him is that, unlike what we have had in the past, we we have 8 area commands in Anambra that covers 54 divisions. The Commissioner of Police always visits all these area commands and the divisions, as the case may be. But in his own style, he chose to not only visit these area commands and the division, but to also reach out to the locals in the outside what we are doing before. And there is this constitutional platform we have now, which is a community policing committee. He has been advocating for it, whereby we
all right, I think I would like you to, inject this in what you're answering. Let the people understand what actually is going on. Okay. Because on Sunday, as I was traveling from Onitsha to Oka here, we saw some checkpoints, and we noticed that they were Anambra Vigilante and police together, each point where we saw the police checkpoint. So if you could let the people know what is going on, because I was actually surprised seeing both of them. I was like, what is going on with the policing in Anambra State in the current times? Okay,
let me answer that first before I go back to what I was saying before. You see, security is not a one-man show. Okay. And this has to do with where everybody is involved. Whether you are Anambra Vigilante or you are belong to any private security guard. But wherever you are, you have to be security conscious. Let's come from a little child, whereby if maybe someone knocks at the door and he or she doesn't know the face, the child in question will not open the door. Okay. This is just to tell you that naturally, human beings are always security conscious. And from what you mentioned about the checkpoints, recently you have observed recent attacks on security agencies, and this has to do with more on the vigilantes. Okay. Vigilantes have been very, very supportive to a greater extent. This is to say that the state government is actually supporting what we are doing, because it's the state government that takes care of these vigilante operatives, and that is why they are more motivated to even work with us.
So they now work together?
We work together, and recently there was an attack in Umutru where some security, these bad elements, where they attacked not only our checkpoint but vigilante. But we were able to respond in time. And what would we do? We were able to rescue one of the vigilante member that got shot. We quickly rushed him to the hospital. But the good thing there is that the strategic blocks, the way we position ourselves, made these bad elements to abandon their vehicle and run away. We were able to rescue that. We were able to recover that vehicle, and currently now there is a serious operation going on in that area. And with the help of these vigilantes, we are able to pick one or two things together. And soon, I know we will apprehend those people behind this. Why you see that coordinated operation is that we are in synergy with everybody that wants to help us as security agencies to make sure that Anambra is safe. Then going back to the question you asked the first time, ensuring safety. Recently, from the Commissioner of Police desk, we have issued out more what I call more like a security advisory, where we try to encourage Indian Anambra on what is expected of them. Unlike what we have done in the past, we recently push out all the numbers of the area commanders and the 54 divisional police officers we have here in Anambra to make sure that their phone numbers are more like hotlines. Outside the Commissioner of Police line and the control room number, where anybody, anywhere, can report security or request for security service, as the case may be, where the area they are. We have Onisha, Ihiala, Nnewi, Otuocha, and as the case may be. Outside that, we have also used our platform to discourage the use of tinted glass vehicle. Why are we doing that? We have observed that these, apart from these bad elements, how they use it to attack our security checkpoints, we have observed that the tiny youths always use it indiscriminately, thereby when they are inside this tinted vehicle, they will be blasting music, coming to a security checkpoint, and when they tell them to whine, the first thing they will say is that police have banned tinted, sorry, there is nothing like tinted permits. Yes, we noted that part, but when you use it indiscriminately, when you become so disrespectful to the police officers at the checkpoint, this has to be a red flag for us. That's why you have to subject yourself to search, and we always want to determine use to not to use that tinted permit. So that's why we issued that security advisory. Then the third aspect of it, which is generally known, we have observed that during this festive period, there is always traffic, not only within the town, but majorly at Onisha Head Bridge. We are in partnership with Road Safety. I know between now and tomorrow, the Commissioner of Police directed the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations to partner with Road Safety to make sure that there is free flow of traffic, especially within this festive period. Of course, with the period we are, people always, there is always an inflow of people going out and in. So we have noted that part. Then the one that is very alarming that we have started witnessing is where people play knockouts, all these explosive just for merry. We understand that these fun seekers, because of their overzealousness, they will also want them to be conscious, because these knockouts, as popularly known as these explosive, popularly known as knockouts, is not only for merry, but we have to be conscious of the environment we are now, so that people will not misinterpret that as maybe gunshot. And it's when you look at it, you will see that it makes our environment very toxic and very, very apprehensive. So we also want to use this platform to discourage people from using that. And
is it against the law?
Yes, because of every clime has its own. Every clime has its own way of addressing issues. For now, because of the tense situation we are here, we discourage people from doing that, so that when we actually hear the real shot of enemy, we can be able to respond appropriately.
All right. In the past 2-3 days, I spoke with some people that Indian Anambra that live outside Anambra State, and some were expressing their fear. Yes. They are fearful, of coming home during this Christmas period. And Anambra people and how they travel during a Christmas period. Now, if you don't mind, you let us know. Talk to the people about the essential safety and security tips that they should consider before traveling this Christmas period?
Okay, expressing of fear is something that is general, and not only in Anambra, Southeast in particular, because of the recent upsurge of what we are experiencing. And not only in Anambra also, people always come back to Southeast, especially our brothers that are not living within this area. They always want to come and share with their loved ones, and they also identify with them, especially within this period. For me, the security agencies are actually doing a lot, and I must use this opportunity to tell them that we will not allow any criminal element to make our place very, very toxic. We are actually doing a lot. I saw one publication just yesterday where one of the bloggers wrote that harvest of criminals in Anambra. I laughed because of what we have done in the past. From last week to this week, I know we have arrested more than 20 suspects armed. In fact, recently we intercepted, we arrested 2 suspected cultists, and from the information we got from them, they made us to understand that there is actually one of their ogas that gives them arm, that lends them arm. And yesterday we were able to arrest that guy, and he was paraded. So my take on people should come back, because security agencies are at alert. We are very much at alert, just like I mentioned when I was talking. For me to wear this for today being Tuesday, this shows that we are in operational mode. And this cloth has always been on us, as Commissioner of Police directed, that from 1st of December till 31st, all police officers in Anambra should be wearing camo. This to show that we have actually started our operation. So for me, the police is very, very much alert.
All right. Now, there is another important question I would want you to answer. You know, we know that some of our people that are well-to-do also come back during Christmas period, and most times some of them, you know, a lot of policemen are attached to them.
Yes.
And I don't know whether we will have enough police officers or police manpower that will be following the rich people at the same time, seeing that the ordinary man in the street, you know, is also well policed. Okay,
to answer that, let me say that no police is enough. Even if you deploy the whole policemen in Nigeria, in Anambra, is still not enough. What matters to us as police command is the deployment strategy. And know that police is not alone in this. We have other sister agencies. We have the military, we have the Navy, we have the civil defense, we have the federal road safety. Okay. So the fear of that it is not enough doesn't come in here. Because if you wait when it's enough, we will actually not do anything. So it's our strategy of deployment that matters to us. Okay. And just like I mentioned, from 1st of December, the operational order for this festive period, to tell you how important this festive period is to the security agencies, not only police, there is an operational order in this regard. So the number doesn't matter to us here, it's how we deploy that matters.
All right, on the part of the citizens of Anambra, maybe people living here or outside here, you know that when people travel, some people, their homes are burgled or stuff like that. What would you tell people to do, you know, to ensure that their homes are kept safe as they travel for the Christmas period?
Okay, one, security is a two-way thing. First, you as a person, you must be safe to protect the other person. Okay. And how do you help us as security agencies, we have always encouraged people to always make their house safe first. And how do you do that? To a greater extent, we advise people through because of the financial implication, which we know that people are not, some persons are not buoyant enough to do that, whereby they put a CCTV camera in their houses. We have noted that part, that some persons are not financially strong to that extent. But there are some things that is expected of any ordinary individual. Why don't you put lights around your area? No criminal will want to operate where there is light. So once anybody that has criminal intention want to boggle or do something, first of all, he wants to do it in the dark. And when he sees there is light, of course,
whether somebody is in the house or not,
he will be discouraged. And that's one strategy that I will encourage people that are traveling to always make their environment to have light, always in the night, because yes, we also understand that at times NEPA will take light, power holding will take light. We also understand that part, but there is this bulb that they call energy bulb, rechargeable, that is very permanent, that if you put it...
Or even solar.
Solar is capital intensive. Let's not go through that side. You can just buy that bulb. I think it's 1,000 or 1,200. You put it in your strategic places in the house. You see that this will not only make the criminals not to come in, but it will also show presence of actually that the person that lives here is security conscious.
All right, the program is Good Morning Anambra. We are talking about safety and security this Yuletide with the PPRO of the Anambra State Police Command, Tochukwu Ikenga. We'll take a short break here. Let's feel the pulse of the masses. The program returns shortly. Do join us again.
You have to start with yourself. You understand? By like something like government used to say, see something and say something. You understand? You have to watch whatever you see. You have to report to police or any by security agency. You understand? You don't wait for government alone, because government cannot do everything alone. You understand? It's a collective effort. By doing that, when you report, police will take the action. Then another one is to mount security checkpoint this period, so that when they see that there is a security, they will minimize their movement.
In the state should be very active, like not in a way whereby they will be paid and they won't do anything. They should be up and doing, checking out every area in the state to ensure that people are safe. Because this period, a lot of persons do some queer things in order to make out the festive period fun, thereby hurting other persons. So security agencies should take it very, very serious in doing their duty. Then again, as an individual, I believe in our society, we are the eyes of each other. Be your brother's keeper. When you see something that is ill, you say it out. If you can't go to the person directly, you go to the rightful office that will be able to take care of that and see that there is safety into that person's space. People out there, be careful, be mindful. In as much as the security will be doing their job, you as an individual should also be careful. Don't keep late nights. Wherever you go, once it's 6 p.m, for me, make sure you are at home.
The security agency should know what they are supposed to do. They should look out for those places that are not safe, especially, and then make sure they improve their security prowess there. Men should give them enough ammunition, because most of these robbers are not those notorious robbers. They are always having dangerous weapons. So if they do not have enough ammunition, they cannot be able to protect themselves and also protect the society. So it boils down to the security agencies in our locality.
This festive period, well, actually, everybody knows that presently there's a lot of insecurity right here in the southeast. But if we want to address the challenges of security, I think we should first of all go back to the causes, the remote causes of the present issues we are getting. Like I believe that if the leaders of the Southeast can do more, putting in more effort to see and ensure the release of Nnamdi Kanu, you understand, I think it will go a long way in ensuring peace. Then the government can also intervene more by trying to empower the local vigilante and police, to be able to do their work more effectively. You understand? I know that the vigilant security system has been so much impactful in the security of life and properties in Anambra State. So I think the government can still do more by trying to empower those people and give them the necessary tools they need to carry out their job and all that.
You're welcome back to the studios. We felt the pulse of the masses, and of course, most people actually, they spoke about what they think the security operatives can do to help secure lives and property during this Yuletide. And thank God we have a security operative in the studio in the person of the PPRO of the Anambra State Police Command, SP Tochukwu Ikenga. You heard the people speak, and I don't know whether you can give them, how prepared your security outfits are in trying to, or in checkmating the excesses of hoodlums to see that our people enjoy this Yuletide.
Okay. Let me start by saying that when I hear people talk about security like this, it gives me more confidence and courage to react to some issues. This is to say that people are consciously and also following what we are doing as security agencies. And these their suggestions and comments actually show that they want police and security agencies that will make sure that they are safe and give them that sense of security in terms of doing their businesses and going about their lawful activities. If you hear generally what they are saying, they made us to understand that security is not actually one-man business. Everybody must involve. And remember when I was making my own comments in terms of what we are doing, I made mention of we on advocacy visit to some local governments in Anambra, and we have reached out to virtually many, quite number of local governments here in the state. This is to make sure that we have a general acceptance with what the police and other security agencies are doing. Because if the people accept us, that is when they can be able to give us information, because we can't work alone. So that's why we are doing what we are doing to make sure that people come to us. Another comment the lady mentioned, she talked about where we have some flash points that we need to deploy, that the police and other security agencies should always deploy in such identified black spots. Just like I mentioned when you asked a question about a number of policemen, that are they enough to actually police the state? I made mention to you that our deployment is strategic. We have observed some flashpoints which we know that needed more security presence than others. Of course, there are some places that we just need surveillance for us to be patrolling to make sure that that area has that sense of security. And so there are some other areas that need a static deployment where the police checkpoints have to be permanent, just like you noted when you are coming from Nkwele Head Bridge, as you mentioned. So you understand that some of these our deployments are also informed by the comments and reactions we get, just like we saw on the clip. You understand? So our deployment comes from such comments. So why we do that is not just because we want to stuff the whole place with security, but we want to deny these criminal elements the space they enjoy to cause havoc in our state.
All right, now it's always said that police is your friend, and you rightly mentioned it here, that police is your friend, and that entails you expect the public to give you information,
yes,
with which you run your affairs. Now, you will agree with me that people are still not very, very comfortable coming to report to the police what has been going on. You know, some people that have some people have complained of the ugly experiences they have. You know, do you have anything to tell the public, or the assurance you are giving the public that police truly is your friend, and you need to come up with information to help us to work effectively for the security of lives and property of Anambra this Yuletide?
Okay, let me start by saying this. Before I answer that, I would like to, I don't know this before till I became a policeman.
Okay. Because
nobody is born a policeman. We, at every time in our life, we want to be something. We want to be something. I know if I go for security outreach to primary schools and secondary school, it will shock you to know that when I ask people, when I ask these little babies, children, that what do they want to be in future? Some will say I want to be a doctor, some will say I want to be a policeman, some will say I want to be a medical doctor. But at a time, you see that our environment will always make us to choose whatever we want to become. So nobody's born a policeman. Why I say this is because there are some certain numbers that people should be aware of that they must have. Okay. It's primarily what they need. And in every security advocacy program I've gone to, I always try to give it out.
Okay.
Why I'm saying this is because it's something that is expected of us. If we run, maybe this is a calling program where people reach out to us, you see that some of them will have the number of their medical doctors, will have the number of the lesson teachers of their children, or even the headmistress of their children. But when you ask them, do you have the number of the closest divisional police officer or any policeman around you? Or say, no, let me just say this in Igbo, or say, Abromo Yokunoka. The truth is that you must not be a troublesome person for you to have a number of a policeman. Coming to what you say that police is your friend. So you are not having that number to or be a troublesome person, but you're having that number to note the fact that just the way you have the number of a medical doctor, just the way you have the number of the number of your lesson teacher, just the way you know lesson teacher of your children, just the way you have the number of some other persons that that has to do with your personal affair. You should also include that safety part. Okay. So this is a point to also blow our mind that police is actually needed in everything we are doing. Then, what did you ask before about?
Yes, given the people assurance that the police, when they can bring reports and they are safe with when they bring reports.
Okay, now, having said that, create that for us to have an understanding about having police as your friend, the assurances we are giving is something that is open. Open in the sense that we have noted that part that people say that they will give us information, and at long run, that information comes back hurting them. We have also had that complaint severally, and we have actually done a lot to make sure that these issues doesn't come up again. That's why at times some information you give us are not something that you will even be known. There is this app that the Nigerian Police Force have created. What they call it is Rescue Me app. It's self-guide. If you have your Play Store, or for people that are using Apple phone, you go to your App Store, Apple Store. You just type in Police Rescue Me app. It's just self-guide. You can just register. Any complaint you issue in that platform, your identity is protected. Outside the normal channel of giving information to us, maybe our control room numbers and the numbers we have currently dished out. So these are just a way to bridge the gap and also improve the trust that people have for us. So gone are the days where you say you give police information and the information comes back hurting you.
And if you don't mind, you can, give us the numbers.
Okay, before the program goes off,
okay.
I'll bring out the number, maybe we'll just put it on the screen.
Okay,
so
you have the soft copy?
Yes.
Because you may just mention that then later we can now place it on the screen.
Okay, for my own number, for people that want to report, I'll also give out the control room number, but for the purpose of this program, I will encourage people to always reach out to me just to bridge that gap where you say you give out information and the information comes back hurting you. You can reach out to me on 080 39 33 4002. I will come again. 080 39 33 4002. The number is also on WhatsApp. You can always send voice notes. Maybe if you don't know how to communicate fluently, you can just take your time, coordinate yourself, do a voice note on WhatsApp, or send message on WhatsApp, or send text message. I'll respond accordingly. And don't forget that the state government is also in support of what we are doing, so to bridge this gap. I know that we have this 112. Where people reach out to
free toll, call free toll.
Yes.
Okay.
So they call and also share information in this regard.
All right. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. He is the mouthpiece of the Anambra State Police Command, SP Tochukwu Ikenga. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And that's how we're wrapping up the show for this morning. We'd like to thank you so much for watching. Remember that security is everyone's responsibility, according to Ikenga this morning. Until tomorrow. My name is Nonya Wokoye. It's a goodbye from here.